Hi everyone, welcome to Yoga with Tracy. I'm Tracy. Today we have an after work yin yoga practice to help reverse the postural conditions from sitting or standing all day, as we focus on releasing tension in the shoulders and back, opening the hips and relieving tired legs. Yin works deeply into our body with passive, longer held postures, which may sound easy but can be quite challenging due to duration which will remain in these. For props, grab a couple of blocks or substitute with some pillows, and you may also like a folded blanket as additional support for the knees and when you're kneeling, and when you're ready, meet me on the mat. Hi everyone. Starting today's practice in Shafasana, the thunderbolt pose. Facing the short edge of your mat, grab hold of your props and keep them handy. Come into kneeling, so you're sitting on your heels, knees and ankles together, big toes touching. And the palms of your hands resting on your thighs. If your hips are feeling tight, you can place a cushion or a folded blanket between the calves and thighs. Lengthen your spine so you're sitting up straight. Closing your eyes, shoulders relax down away from your neck and ears. Breathe in fully with every inhale and pushing out all the air from the lungs as you exhale. This is a lovely restful pose to begin the practice as we give our mind and body permission to slow down as we lower the heart rate. The breath is an important component of yin yoga, so allow the breath to slow. Try counting to 4, pause for 1, exhale for the count of 4, and pause for 1. A slow, deep, even breath will create a relaxed nervous system, which will help to calm the mind, and in turn will help the breath to become slower and more even. Note if you've begun to slouch, keep your back lengthened by sitting up taller. In today's practice, we'll be holding each posture for 2 minutes. Don't worry about the time, I will have this for you. Just release and relax into each pose. Slowly opening the eyes, coming onto all fours into tabletop position, knees a little wider than hip distance. Keeping your hips in line with your knees, straighten your arms out in front of you, placing your chin or forehead on the floor, allowing yourself to soften into the pose. If you feel any pressure on the top of your shoulders, bend your elbows, spread them to the sides and place your forehead on your hands. You're looking for an opening sensation in the front body and a mild compression in the upper and middle back. You can place a blanket to pad your knees and a pillow or cushion to support your chest. In the melted heart pose, it gives us the opportunity to increase shoulder mobility. And also if you have trouble sleeping, then this is a great posture for you. It targets the heart meridian, which can calm the mind. Focus your attention on the breath. Long, slow inhales and long, slow exhales. In each pose, work to find stillness. Avoid fidgeting or moving around as best you can in order to release into the posture. And if you notice the tension is not on the breath, gently guide it back. Slowly bring yourself back up into tabletop position. Knees and feet together. Lowering your hips onto your heels and counterposing with child's pose. Bring your arms to your sides, forehead on the floor. As we remain here for 5 slow, smooth, steady breaths in and out through the nose. Bringing your hands under your shoulders and pushing yourself up into kneeling. Bring your seat to one side and extend your legs out in front. Sitting up with a straight back, you can sit on the edge of a folded blanket, which can help to tilt the pelvis forwards. Bending your right knee and crossing it over your left, with your right ankle by your left thigh, keeping both sitting bones glued to the mat. Slowly folding forwards, place your hands on the floor, on your ankle, or clasping your fingers behind your left foot. If you have any low back disorders, do not allow the spine to round. Keep the back as neutral as you can. Focus on your breath. Steady, slow breaths through the nose as you feel a deep stretch in the left leg. We're also targeting the outer hip of the top leg. Half shoelace can make it really juicy on the hamstring. If your bottom knee complains, you can place a prop under the knee. Try to relax, no pushing or pulling. Holding for a period of time, you'll feel your body to start to relax and soften, and you may be able to go into the posture further. In half shoelace, we're increasing hip mobility as we massage the organs of the digestion. Remember to listen to your body. If you feel any pain or pinching, back out of the posture. Slowly release out of the posture, extending both legs, arms behind you. Taking a few breaths here before we repeat on the other side. Use your hands to push yourself back up, nice straight back. Bending your left knee and crossing it over your right with your left ankle by your right thigh. Remember to keep your sitting bones glued to the mat and coming into the variation that you're comfortable with for today. Focusing your attention on the breath and notice how the body moves with each inhalation and each exhalation. If you notice the tension is not on the breath, gently guide it back. come out, extend both legs. Take the arms behind you as we rest here for a few moments. Push yourself back up into a seated position. Bring the soles of your feet together, knees out to the sides so you're making a diamond shape with the legs. If your hips are feeling tight, you can slide the feet forwards. And once you're ready, lie back onto the floor. Get your back comfortable and then place your hands on your belly. Focusing back on the breath, slow, smooth breaths in and out through the nose. If the knees begin to complain, you can support the thighs with the props. This will stop you overstretching the inner thighs. Recline Butterfly is a great posture to do if you hold a lot of tension in your lower back, neck and belly. It's a great restorative hip opener that stretches the groin and helping to release tension in the lower back. Be still as we promote stillness and calm. We want to feel a strong sensation, but this is different to pain. If it's too intense, then you'll need to modify. To come out, use your hands to bring your thighs together. Keeping the knees bent, on your next exhale, drop the knees over to the right. Inhaling back to centre. Exhaling, dropping the knees over to the left. Inhaling back to centre and repeating twice more on each side. Continue to keep the knees bent, feet flat on the floor as if you were preparing for a bridge pose, and grab a block, a cushion or a folded blanket. And pushing your feet into the mat, lift your hips just enough to place the prop just below the sacrum. Keeping your head, shoulders, arms and hands on the floor, palms facing up. Exhale as you bring your knees towards your chest, and inhaling as you extend both legs straight up or one leg up at a time to the sky. You can keep the knees bent if your hamstrings are tight or you're feeling any strain on your lower back. In the waterfall posture, we're doing a gentle inversion where the hips are slightly higher than our heart. This is such a wonderful posture to relieve tired legs as we reverse the effects of gravity on the legs. As we are allowing the blood to rush from our feet and legs, if you feel any numbing or tingling, place your feet back on the mat and let the blood return, giving you instant relief. To come out, bend both knees and place your feet back on the floor, lifting the hips just a couple of inches to allow you to remove the prop. And then lower your hips back down onto the floor. Feel your back continue to be supported by the floor as you rest here for a few moments. Moving into Recline Twist, draw both knees in towards your chest. Keep the shoulders and head on the mat. Open the arms to the sides into a T position and then drop your knees over to the left side. And turn your head to look over to your right shoulder. It's a lovely gentle twist to finish with, relieving tension in the spine. If legs are floating, you can place a cushion or a block under the legs, and directing the knees lower or higher may affect where in the spine the stress is felt. On your next inhale, draw your knees and head back to centre. Repeating on the other side as you drop both knees over to your right and looking over your left shoulder. Inhaling, bringing your legs and head back to centre and hugging your knees into your chest and holding for 4 slow breaths. It may feel nice to rock the hips side to side as we give our back a gentle massage. Finished in today's practice in Shafasana, lower your feet to the floor and extending the legs along the mat. Feet about hip width apart and let your feet fall open on either side. Bring your arms alongside your body but slightly away from your torso and turn your palms face upwards, letting the fingers softly curl in. Tuck your shoulder blades into your back for support and then make any final adjustments so you are completely comfortable. You want to do your best to be still, as the deeper we are able to relax, the more benefits we'll receive from this posture. Feel the rise and fall of the chest with each inhalation and exhalation, letting go of any tension with every exhalation as you allow your body to sink into the floor. Begin to deepen the breath. Wiggle the toes and fingers to slowly reawaken our bodies. Stretching the arms overhead for a full body stretch from hands to feet. Bending your knees, roll over onto one side and use your hands to push yourself up. Coming back into Sukhasana, cross-legged seated position. Sitting up nice and tall, placing your palms softly on your knees, rolling your shoulders back and down, closing the eyes for a few moments. Notice how calm and relaxed you feel since stepping onto the mat. Bringing your palms together in front of your heart space. Thumbs up to your third eye and bowing forwards, whispering Namaste. Take care everyone, see you next time. Thank you for joining me today. Please do subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon to never miss when I upload a new video. It's also a great way to help support free yoga on the internet.